Hello everyone and welcome to Daily Game Review number 13. Today we have Fome 15Q versus Acotis 15Q. Alright, so let's see how it goes. Another star point Komuku combination. This seems to be pretty popular because I think several videos I've done now have had this some type of combination with this. White also playing this move. This move normally isn't recommended as white due to the fact that black can immediately approach with good support. So this is actually a saying where white lost on the second move. However, this would be the fourth move. Similar circumstances where you play a perfect or give your opponent a perfect approach move to where he can approach your corner with an ideal move with support. So normally you wouldn't play this way as white. However, black deciding to play the Shamari in this way. I'm not a big fan of playing it this one because white has an easy move here later normally. And since white has an easy way to reduce your corner while also extending from support, normally it is seen with the Chinese opening like this or the Kobayashi like this. So, not a big fan of this move, however, it's not a mistake, so I can't say too many things are wrong with it. White does take this, however, and black plays on top to extend. I think an approach here would be much more ideal, since it kind of is a perfect move for black. However, black chose to just extend his corner like this. White played the Shamari to finish up his corner and stop black's approach, and also to give black kind of an underskirt opening on top. And now we see black playing on the left side. This is interesting. Normally you would be around here, so that way the Shamari's extension isn't as far. But maybe black wants to put more emphasis on the corner, so let's see how this plays out. White does get his extension, and it is one line further than it normally is, so maybe it's a little okay for white. However, it's still the opening, and normally, white, you want to play on the fourth line here. This does still put pressure on these stones, so it's still fine, and also gives you a little bit more security for your territory in this area. Playing on the fifth line will give a lot of Aji in this area, and potential invasions in the future. Black playing a move here. Normally you should 1-point jump here. The 1-point jump is kind of proper shape in this area, so it's kind of a perfect shape for making eyes, and remember, good shape is good eye shape. However, playing the diagonal here will give white an easy move next. Black plays the Hani here. The Hani is interesting since black looks like he wants to fight in this area, but since black is weak and white is strong, I would consider a cut as white, so I'm not a big fan of this move either. I think the normal move would be here, and when white plays here, black can play here, so that way if white pushes, there's a tiger's mouth to block. And this would be really good for eye shape once again. However, white does get some territory, so maybe black's worried about that. But if white cuts here, I'm not sure how to follow it up as black. White, however, just blocking on the inside, and black does get that forcing move, and now white tanukis to go on the right side. It should be noted that normally you want to finish here, because if you do not, black can get some nice forcing moves on the outside in this area locally. So because of that, normally white wants to play here because getting those forcing moves in the center is usually quite powerful. It should also note that black is not completely alive, but he's mostly alive, especially if he gets these force moves on the outside. However, white chose to reduce on the right side. The left side and the right side. Yeah, you know what I mean. Anyway, so black now takes the extension for this white stone. Normally, I would either play here or play here. The difference is this move doesn't put as much pressure on the white stones as this move. However, I think black's a little worried about the corner, but this corner is still invadable at the 3-3, and this Joseki is like this. And here we can see white still lives in the corner quite easily. So because of that, normally when you want to defend the corner, it would be this move. This still takes away white's 2-space extension, since now a 2-space extension would be touching a black stone, which is good for black. So it still kind of forces white to play here. It doesn't put as much pressure on the white group, but it does defend your corner. So normally you either want to defend your corner and put a little pressure on white, or put maximum pressure on white and build your position like so. So black playing a little bit soft here, doesn't secure the corner and doesn't put as much pressure as he could, so white plays an easy extension, and now black still has owes a move on top. He does, however, get to the bottom to extend here, so that's a okay move. Black does need to get back and secure his corner at P17 though pretty soon. White's now having to come back and defend this. Normally you would jump here, however, due to the Aji in this area, you can see that black has a lot of options to possibly live in this area. So because of the Aji, white has to come back and fix with a move like something. So he played here. There's still a little bit of Aji. So now you can see that because F5 is on the 5th line, you can't really jump because there's too much Aji in this area. If it was on the 4th line, it would be a lot easier to deal with because there are variations known to deal with an invasion if white is on the 4th line. But with the 5th line, black can extend under even easier and make life much easier because he's on the 3rd line. So this 5th line move, again, is not ideal because 4th line is easier to deal with weakness, Aji, and invasions in this area. So if it was on the 4th line, the jump would be correct. However, because it's on the 5th line, maybe the jump isn't as ideal due to the fact that black can invade. However, black is still not completely alive on the left, so maybe I would still consider a jump, but white was a little afraid for his territory, so this is fine as well, I guess. Black does get to this move, so now white has the bottom left corner, black has the upper right, and now white has Sente. Black has the bottom right corner, white has the upper left. It's hard to say whose is bigger. White still owes a move in the upper left for it to be bigger, so we'll see how it goes. Looks like maybe a pretty even board. Now white invades here. I think it's a little premature. I think this extension is really necessary. However, black will get to the next big move and white will be a step behind. However, if white plays here, black can easily get these forcing moves like so and then play an attachment here. And you can see black is controlling the center and black will be a little bit ahead. So it's hard, I think, because white still owes a move locally in this area, it's hard for white to proceed. Thus, white chose to invade here. Now black is going to get the surround, and I think black will still get control of the center. Remember, if white does not have a base, your next step is to surround like so. Even if white lives on the edge, it's quite small for white. Surrounding is much more profitable in the end because the influence will affect the rest of the board. So just taking away this, normally it may be accepted if black to play this way if when white jumps you play here. There's a lot of thickness over here. However, you do owe a variation over here for this to happen. For example, if black had this variation, then this would be much more powerful, and now white's going to have a lot of trouble living. However, since black doesn't have this just yet, it's hard to say on the timing. Honestly, this may be a little bit above my level to figure out the timing of this area, but it is going to be a little difficult to black. Normally, according to the basics, though, you want to surround, and surround seems to be fine. But black said he can do more and gain more this way. Remember, the basics are just guidelines. If you read and you can gain more by playing this way, then by all means do it. But before you ignore the basics strategies, then I would suggest reading very carefully first. Anyway, let's see how this plays out. Knight's move would definitely be more powerful here. You use a knight's move for attacking, so this is the ideal situation to use a knight's move in. It puts more pressure on the group. White ignores the weak group. Now black has a perfect chance to surround, which he does, and you can see this white move was a huge mistake due to the fact that white ignored his weak group and went for a big move instead. Don't ignore your weak group, guys. It leads to bad things. Now white is struggling to live on the inside. You can see white actually plays another outside move, a Tanuking again, and every outside move he plays actually forces black to attack this inside group even more severely. So remember, white could still play something like this to get an eye on the inside or a possible eye on the inside, but as soon as white plays like here, you can see the eye shape on the inside becomes smaller and smaller and smaller and even more difficult to live. So every move, these two moves on the outside here for white really hurt his inside group a lot. So make sure you do not do that, guys. Now white's still struggling to survive, black easily getting a nice surround, and it becomes very easy for black to play in this area. White does, however, make life, which is perfectly fine. You don't expect a kill, but black's profit is very, very nice. The outside thickness will do very well for black and the rest of the game. Now black trying to utilize this thickness by going here. Reasonable strategy. Normally you can steal the base like so, or just go ahead and get us around. Maybe it's fine, but since you have so much thickness, I guess playing severely like this may be acceptable. However, black chose to go like this, and now white can just connect under, so I don't think it's too big of a deal for white. However, he chooses to go over. Now black immediately robs the base, and white is floating in the center, so I think white should have honeyed under. Remember, if your opponent's really, really thick, then you need to be thinking about eye spaces, eye space and eye shape, rather than trying to surround. So I think white chose the wrong direction here, and now he's in a lot of trouble. This is a very, very big mistake. If you have a cut, then the cut is very powerful. You can see white has one eye and black has plenty of profit on the right side, and black is clearly leading this game due to the fact that black got so many points. White is still weak in the center, and he can use the Agi in this area to get a leaning attack off, and he still has invasions and Agi in this area, like so. So now we can see that black still has quite a lead if you play this way. However, black instead peeped the cut. Don't ever do this, guys. Don't ever peep the cut unless it's a rare situation. Peeping the cut is actually forcing your opponent to fix his own weakness, and a cut is a huge weakness, guys. So make sure you do not force your opponent to fix their own weakness. It is a big mistake. White now has one eye in the center and has a possible second eye on the side. Black going for this round, and white again Tanooking his weak group. This is a definitely bad strategy on white's part. He's trying to get points in the center. It looks like he's trying to attack or run away. I don't know what he's doing, but he's ignoring his weak group on the right side. Black also ignoring the weak group. No, you should definitely be getting some forcing moves in this area and trying to kill your opponent, because white has made a huge blunder. Actually, due to the liberties, maybe you have to go this way. This would be fine, and then if this happens, you can play like this, and you can see white is struggling to live. Definitely want to get that attack off if you can. However, black Tanooking, white Tanooking, everyone's Tanooking the weak group. Black finally getting to the weak group here, but you were supposed to attack on the outside, not the inside, black. So you got wrong direction here, and now white is trying to escape. However, black trying to play a clamp here. It looks like a Tsuji, but not quite, because as soon as white connects and black blocks, there's so many cutting points, it's going to be difficult for black to keep white sealed. However, white instead extends here, and you can see black successfully cut off the white group from the outside. However, white does get some shape here due to the fact that black's clamp was a little questionable, and black played on the inside instead of the outside, so it's a little bit easier for white. And now white is trying to connect back, but let's see how it works. Black goes here. Black probably should think about the Atari first here and then go here. It's much more powerful. Make this a false eye. So now you can see this eye is a false eye if he plays this way. And the Atari is a little bit more effective, and even if white gets in, it's only a few points. You're trying to kill the whole group or trying to attack it very severely in this case, so I would definitely be playing the Atari and sacrificing a few points locally to get this around on this. However, he does play the Nobi, and white is able to connect back. Black trying to get some forcing moves, but it looks like white's going to get this round of these 3 stones, which will give white immediate life, so black has to play this way. Even if white gets one eye here, it's still not completely alive due to this, but black may have to go here, and even if white lives with 2 eyes here, it's really small for white, and black got a nice surround on white and has a lot of territory, so it's still good for black. However, black is going to lose 4 stones by trying by misreading a little bit, and these 4 stones will die, and white is alive with a lot more points. Once white lives, you need to play somewhere else. This is not important. This move is not very big. White is already alive because this 4 stones shape is a 2-eye shape, so because of that, black needs to be thinking about playing somewhere else now, and I think I would go back and start either attacking this area or doing something to this area here. So we see black playing a little bit slow here, and white now getting some endgame off here. White doesn't know the monkey jump, so black was able to trick white in this area due to the white not knowing the monkey jump, and now black taking Sente to go somewhere else. So black tricking white very nicely here, but there's still Agi for white to live. For example, something like so. And okay, white still should be dead, but it's a little bit risky. I would probably want to invest one more move here just to be absolutely sure that white is dead, because this is like 20-30 points, guys. Come on. It might be worth investing, but maybe you have to read very carefully. If you read very carefully, then perhaps it is okay to Tanuki, but I don't like the Agi. I can just smell the Agi, and it is very potent. Anyway, so now we get back. Black does play the clamp, very nice, and white surrounding his area, black invading this area now. Maybe a little bit late for this. I think you need some more stones on the outside here before something like this works. We're going to see if black plays it. White tries to take the base, and now black has a very nice move here. And we can see that this area becomes very questionable for white. Sorry, maybe misread a little bit there. So let's see, what can black do? This Hane looks like it should be something. However, I don't see it working immediately. Okay, so maybe it doesn't quite work. Sorry about that, guys. A little bit misread. Please forgive me. And white now getting this round on black. Is there still anything? Really nothing? We'll see how it works. White not connecting here. I'm pretty sure you have to connect here, right? Right? Maybe? So if black gets this off, surrounds this, we see the inside looks like so, and black should be dead because it's too many steps, but actually no, not even a co, sorry. White can just go here, and black is dead. So it looks like white is okay to just connect. However, white plays this way, and black resigns. What? Black resigns? Really? Game info. White wins by resignation. Black feels like he's dead completely. Is this really game over? Even if this dies, is it game over? So black takes right here. There's potential light here, so white has to connect. Maybe white double Ataris first and then connects, but actually black just goes here. And if white tries to go here, we can see black playing like this and makes a second eye. So I'm pretty sure this is a potentially living shape. However, there is this move to think about, but now it's a Seki, right? Here, but black has enough liberties, so black can go here. So this is a living shape, is it not? Is it not, guys? Am I misreading? Quite possible, but and then there's so much Aji against this group. Even if it doesn't live, look at the amount of liberties are definitely in black's favor now. So you can see that black completely missed this chance to live here. So black can live, definitely. And if white goes here, this actually works now. This works now, doesn't it? So yeah, black can definitely do something in this area. This Atari is very nice for black, and white. I completely misread that earlier. I said I played this way, didn't I? Sorry about that, guys. I am completely misreading today. Right, but there is just this variation here. So yeah, black definitely can do something in this area after the Atari. Alright, so black resigning too soon. And even if this dies, let's see, white has the lower left, black has the upper right. White did get some points on the right, but black got a big lower right corner. White has a big upper left corner as well. So maybe black is losing by a little bit. However, black does have some Aji. Oops, sorry. Black does have some Aji to think about here. So I think it's still too early for black to resign. He should still attack the weakness in this area. So black, you got to get your positional judgment a little bit higher here. But and up your reading a little bit. So both players keep doing life and death. I think double-digit Qs. I think all the double-digit Qs are going to need to do some life and death due to the fact that every double-digit Q needs to up their reading to the single-digit Q and down level. So you do that by doing life and death problems daily. That ups your reading, and it's really good reading exercises. So do go problems every single day, guys. I can't really emphasize that enough. At every level, you have to do go problems every single day. Even if you can do only 5 or so a day, that's still something. Just do like 1 or 2 at breakfast, 1 at lunch, 2 in the dinner. Who knows? Just whenever you can, guys. Whenever you can. Bus ride, train, who knows? But get those life and death problems in every single day. Black, you played very nicely. But you looks like your life and death and your attack and defense is a little bit lacking. So do the life and death problems, go problems in general, and try reviewing professional Japanese games from about 40 to 50 years ago to get some basic shapes down. Both players need to get basic shapes. You can do that by studying 40 to 50-year-old Japanese games. They have really nice shape. White, I really think you got to work on not Tanukiing your weak groups. That is the biggest issue you had in this game, white, Tanuki your weak groups. Black, if your opponent Tanukis, attack, punish, don't follow them. For example, in the center here, you followed white in this area. No, you want to attack. And when you attack from the outside, not the inside. So, at the beginning of each turn, guys, make sure you remember the 3 questions. Am I weak? If you are, defend. Is my opponent weak? If he is, attack. If it's profitable, and sente. Then where's the big move? And then it's open corner, open side, biggest area. If it's the biggest area, then build it if it's yours. Reduce or invade, or if it's your opponent's. And if you're reducing, play on the line of the moyo. If you're invading, play somewhere with multiple follow-ups. Anyway, hopefully that helps. And when you attack, make sure you take the base, surround, reduce ice space, and then play the vital point. And in this case, you're actually at step 2, which is surround. And this is also the ideal way to surround because it's also kind of a vital point in this shape. So make sure you attack from the outside, not the inside, and surround. You did very nicely on top, black, but on the right side you attacked pretty nicely, but it could have been a bit better. So if you want to improve, try to up the attacking and the life and death reading, and you should be okay. And also study your shapes. White, also got to study your shapes and study your life and death. But in addition to that, you have to stop tanuking your weak groups. Study Japanese pro games as well, but also pay attention. When you're weak, you've got to fix it. You have to invest the move to fix your weaknesses. Otherwise, your opponent's going to be able to attack and gain stuff for free. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you found it helpful, and thank you for submitting the game. And yeah, hopefully everyone enjoyed that, and hopefully everyone's learning from this series. And I thank you guys for watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys next time. But remember, if you want to submit your games, please see the link in the description below to submit your game for a chance to get it reviewed. Anyway, until next time guys, I'll see you then. Bye-bye!